Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. I wanted to do another eyeshadow chopping block. I've gone through most of my makeup and I'm keeping what I love, but I have so much eyeshadow. It's definitely time for me to start thinning the herd. So thank you for watching today. Thank you for being subscribed. And I already have my eyelids primed with the Milani eyeshadow primer. Got the rest of my face on. It's just time for a little eye look. All right, so the shadow that I'm using today is this. This is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. And it's kind of large. The only matte, wait, this is the only matte shade, is this one here, and everything else is very shiny. I see that I do have some hard pan and a couple, like this one here has some hard pan in it. You can see some places where it's packed really hard. So I'm not sure what I'm going for today, but I am going to take this matte shade right here. This is called Myth, and I'm going to start with that right in the crease. It's the beginning of June. The weather is so perfect right now. It's not too hot. It's going to heat up fast. I know that it always does. We end up with triple digits here in my part of the state of Washington, but I love right now that it's still, you know, high 70s, low 80s. We had a rainstorm come through. It wasn't even just rain, it was rain and hail about 3 days ago. And it was so humid. I was like, this is what I hate about summer. And it's like, it's not summer yet, it's just the weather. When the storm passes, it was beautiful and it got cool. So I'm still loving the weather that we're having, but in about another 4 weeks, I'll be inside indefinitely until the heat subsides. So I'm going to use this shade here. This is called Magic. It's the darkest shade in the palette. And I'm going to, and at this point, the rest of it is shimmer. So we're just gonna go with it. I'm going to put a little bit of this right out here. I don't remember these being a little bit more intense with the foils. Maybe the formula has changed because I've had it for a while. Because this palette is definitely more than 2 years old. I do think I want to use both of these blues. This one looks a little more silver, but the darkest one is called Dream. That's this one here. And then the lighter one is Mystic. So Dream and Mystic. I think I'm going to plop these on. And I think the reason that the first one has hard pan in it is because I've just been rubbing my finger in it. I haven't worn a lot of makeup recently, and the fact that I'm finally, you know, back into let's put on some eyeshadow. I really hadn't been wearing anything. It's nice. I think I'm going to throw some of that lighter blue kind of right over the top in the center. And the largest shade in here is this white kind of highlight, and I'm going to use that in the inner corner. So I changed lipstick to go with this look because everything else was leaning a little too pink. But let me tell you, I do like this blue eyeshadow, and I did it because I'm wearing an 80s reference t-shirt, and it kind of cracks me up. It says Adventures in Babysitting, and then it has the Stranger Things kids. This is a scene from season 2. And so I had to go with the blue eyeshadow. It just really, and you know, I also cut up my t-shirt. I always modify my t-shirts. I just do. But, and I don't know if that's like an 80s thing. So a cut up t-shirt with the Adventures in Babysitting reference. And if you don't remember that movie with Elizabeth Shue, I totally do. And I loved it when I was younger. And then the Stranger Things reference, that's why I went with the blue. But let me tell you about this palette. I remember when I purchased this palette, was it 2017? I don't even remember anymore. It's two or more years older. I loved it because it was, for me, the most colorful palette I had purchased to that point. There were some blues, a purple, I know it doesn't look it, but there was a green, some warmer tones, a sparkly, shimmery highlight that you can use on the face or the eyes, and it seemed like something that could kind of push me outside of my comfort zone but they were all soft colors. And I still like that about it, but I think the reason I'm going to let it go is that I found that a lot of these shimmery shades have fallout that I don't remember. And maybe it is, I have a higher expectation now of palettes, of performance of eyeshadows, and I have shadows that perform so much better than this, that don't have this extreme fallout, because even though I'm no longer applying makeup to my face, I still continue to find, I'll just use a little brush here, little teeny tiny chunks of this kind of mocha colored eyeshadow that I used out here, just kind of falling down. I also have some right on the outside lower edge, and I still am like flicking away little chunks of fallout. And I know that somehow throughout the day I'm going to walk into the bathroom and not have a brush, which can easily flick it off, and I'll do this, and then I'll have little streaks, little glittery, shimmery streaks, which is not what I want. So I don't know whether it's several years old and the formula has changed because of the age, or whether I just remember it performing differently, and now my expectations and my requirements for an eyeshadow have higher standards. So I'm going to let this go. But there are some great memories attached to this palette, and I remember I'm going to buy that palette with blues and purples and greens because I want to start using more color. And it's nice to see that several years later, I am not uncomfortable wearing, blue all over the lid like I used to be. And I love that about my makeup journey, but I think it's definitely safe to say I don't need this anymore. Since I feel like life is getting a little closer back to normal, I'm definitely getting the urge to wear more makeup, and I want to do more eyeshadow declutters. And I think the great part about trying them on, it shows me what the performance is like, it shows me what application is like, and it really makes me think about, do I have something that I love better than this? Because if I just open the palette, like if I were to just have opened this palette, I think the memories and the nostalgia would have led me to keep it. But trying it on and seeing that it's not as easy as I remember, or maybe the formula has changed with age, it's time to let it go. And I think that that gives me a better grasp of what I have. So thank you for watching. I will continue to do these I forgot declutters of my eyeshadow palette collection. And I have one other that I will link for you here. And I think that if you were to go through and see my entire makeup collection, I do have way too much eyeshadow. I've definitely cut the rest of my makeup almost in half, but eyeshadow is hard for me. Eyeshadow and lipstick, but I was very brutal with the lipstick declutter, and I think it's time to start getting on the eyeshadow declutter train as well. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's a product you keep buying multiples of. Or if there is a product in your house, and it doesn't have to be makeup. It could be kitchen. I have way too much kitchen gadgets, serving platters, nail polish. I have a ton of books like all over the house. The house is littered with books. That's just me. And one would argue it too much furniture. But that's neither here nor there. Let me know if there's one product that you love so much you just keep buying multiples of in the comments down below. Have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being subscribed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.